All right.
Okay, so fall 2006, I was 13 and the crowd was cursing and screaming. I couldn't be having a better time. I was seeing my favorite band for the first time, and it was then when I discovered my passion for going to shows. But since it was my first time, I didn't know how close the crowd could get and how many people there were. And I was wearing really uncomfortable clothing and uncomfortable shoes, and despite how good of a time I had, I was very uncomfortable with what I was wearing. And I got too hot, and I turned to the side, and I threw up because I overheated, because I was uncomfortable and hot. So today I want to demonstrate how someone should dress for a show. Okay, so according to UrbanDictionary.com, a show is a concert usually consisting of small local bands, and they are usually low-key and really cheap. So these are three of the places that I generally like to go to shows. As you can see, they're pretty small venues, and people get very close and tend to get pretty rowdy. This one is Soma, San Diego. That one is The Vault in Temecula, and this is Chain Reaction in Anaheim. When going to a show, people get very close, and it's very important to keep your body cool so you don't overheat. I recommend a lightweight cotton t-shirt. Most people wear the bands that they're planning on seeing. They tend to keep you a lot cooler than any other t-shirts. This one's a touche more, that one's a regular v-neck, and this one's just a Revolution t-shirt. Again, it's important to keep your body temperature cool, so I recommend shorts. These are just regular Billabong board shorts and jean shorts. A pair of shorts that fit just right so that you're more comfortable and you don't have trouble moving around, because if you do wear shorts that are too tight or like capris, it does make it harder to move around and it does get hotter. At shows, there are usually no seats, so it's very important to make sure that you have shoes that you're comfortable in for standing around for at least 3 to 5 hours. So I recommend wearing sneakers like Vans or Chucks. Also, for the more avid showgoers, they allow you to run in a secure spot in the venue, or for the more brave people, to run and jump in and keep up with the pit. At shows, there are usually no seats, so you have to make sure that you're comfortable the entire time. The reason this outfit is best is because when you go to a show, there's tons of people, and you tend to get very close and tends to get very hot, very fast. So today I've talked to you on what someone should wear to a show to make sure that they're comfortable throughout the entire night. The next time you go to a show, I hope that whether it's your first time or so many times that you can't remember, that you take my advice and make sure to stay cool, stay comfortable, and enjoy your show.
Okay, Kat, you've got an interesting personal story that ends with vomiting. That's always a good attention to the goal is clearly stated. That part's good. There's not really much of a preview, and the content is a little thin. I mean, you've got some experience and some personal examples that you're going to talk about. It's okay. It feels like it's something that, well, you know, it's nearly an impromptu speech because of the, you know, the general nature of what you're talking about. So it feels lightweight, which I guess is what you want if you're going to a show, something lightweight. Your body movement, you basically stand in the same spot the whole time. I appreciate that you are cognizant of the fact that you want to stay out of the way of the screen. But it does make you feel a little bit like you're pulled back and away from the audience. You're almost in the corner there. And as a result, I think that disengages you a little bit from the audience. There are a few indicators while you're speaking, so your gesture's okay. Your facial expressions, you look like you're having a good time and you're interested in what you're talking about. That's good. You look out at the audience for the most part, although there are some times that you're looking at notes. And I don't know what exactly is in those notes because there's not a lot of detail in what you're talking about. I think you could probably get by talking mostly from the visuals that you have. They would give you enough information to remind you what you're talking about here. And it seems odd that given the subject matter and given your supposed knowledge of this, that you have to rely on notes at this particular point. Maybe for organizational purpose, there's got to be a way that you can cheat that out so you don't even have to have the notes. I think it's just a crutch that you're relying on here, and it becomes a distraction to you. If you got rid of those notes, I'll bet you'd do an even better job. Your voice, we can hear you. There's good variety in your voice. That's fine. Everything seems to move along pretty smoothly. I didn't see any obvious anxiety issues. I do think that you need to engage a little bit more. I don't think you need to create a mosh pit right here for all of us. But I do think that you need to kind of step forward a little bit and pull us into the speech a little bit more. You kind of step back in talking about things, and you know that. I think it lowers the energy level of the presentation a bit, and I think you could maybe pick it up a bit. All right, thank you.